Faith in Five.
Hello and welcome to Faith in Five. Today we will be exploring capital punishment, which is also known as the death penalty. While many people think capital punishment is a thing of the past, that is not the case. Over 100 countries still have capital punishment, and of those that submit figures, there are on average a total of 700 executions each year. In the UK, capital punishment was ended in 1965, though it was still available for treason. That said, this too has ended. It is also worth noting that this is a hot topic. Some of our current politicians have even suggested that the death penalty could be brought back. Today, there are a range of methods available to carry out a death sentence. These include gas chambers, hanging, decapitation or beheading, the lethal injection, the firing squad, and the electric chair. There are, of course, other less common methods such as burning, stoning, impaling, drowning, crushing, suffocation, or crucifixion. The terrifying nature of these methods of death don't only aim to cause suffering and retribution to the criminal, but also deterrence, as the threat of being punished like this would be enough to put off any potential criminal. People who support the death penalty might do so for the following reasons. If a criminal is dead, they can't commit any more crime. This keeps the public safe and means people don't have to live in fear. Donald Trump makes the point clear when he says the death penalty has a 100% non-reoffending rate. Next, even though we all have the human right to life, according to the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, if you are a murderer or serious criminal, you are really less than human and so should not have these rights. Additionally, dead criminals do not cost the taxpayer. On average, a criminal costs £35,000 to put in prison and then a further £40,000 or more in order to keep them there each year. Over 10 years, this would have made a better contribution to education or the NHS. It is considered to be the ultimate deterrent. Knowing you will be killed for a crime would surely put you off doing it in the first place. It also gives the victims of a family a sense of justice. In some states, the family of the victim is invited to watch the criminal die. It makes things fair and stops the victim's family living in worry. Finally, the Roman philosopher Cicero said the punishment should fit the crime. The only fitting crime for a murderer and similar serious crimes is death. On the other hand, other people think capital punishment is wrong. They may say that Texas, for example, has capital punishment, yet it has one of the highest crime rates in the world. Other death penalty areas are much the same, so it clearly does not deter criminals. Churchill said, "By killing a murderer, you do not decrease the number of murderers." This is because you, the executioner, have now become the murderer. This means that you are as bad as the criminal. As humans, we all have 30 human rights listed in the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. One of these is the right to life, and we should never violate human rights. Another reason is prison causes more suffering than death. Capital punishment is the easy way out. In prison, they have to spend a lifetime thinking about what they had done. A very powerful argument is that you could execute the wrong person. If you do this, you cannot undo the mistake. Take Derek Bentley, for example, who was hung. The British government later apologised publicly for the error. It is too risky to have the death penalty, as innocent lives have and will be taken. Finally, it is best to reform the criminal. By showing them a better way to live, and by getting them qualifications, they could become a tax-paying member of society and contribute positively to our NHS, education system, welfare budget and way of life. So what do you think? Should capital punishment return to the UK? That was your Faith in Five.